I don't talk on here much, but I guess I was reported recently for expressing an alternative health view, and I'm so tired of censorship. I am a holistic practitioner, a doctor of natural medicine. I'm going to let you know, I am always at least 20 years ahead of trends and what's coming out in science and research because I spend all of my time reading new studies. And I just want to say that medicine takes quite some time to catch up because of the monopoly on medicine that comes from, being a medicine for profit country and insurance companies. So there has to be so much research before an insurance company can actually approve, certain treatments. I'm an alternative practitioner. That means I have an alternative view. I am going to say that medicine is a practice, hence the term practicing medicine. And I'm going to say that there are a multitude of different viewpoints and paradigms on that. I'm happy to share the research that I find. And I did do that. I sent multiple links to this individual of emerging research. And I really, requested that she just go ahead and, review that and research that on her own. Now, I don't know, maybe she can't read a journal. Maybe she doesn't have the capacity to understand how to read a science journal. I mean, that's fair, that's valid. If you haven't taken research methods, you don't understand research, you're not highly educated, you might struggle reading the statistics and the findings. And so I'm not going to begrudge her that. But the reality is I'm sharing the research. And I'm just going to say it again because it happens all the time. If you can't question it, it's not science. The very basis of science is questioning. If you stop questioning, it's no longer science, it's dogma. And that's all I have to say on that. If you don't like my perspective, don't listen to it. Nobody's going to be injured or wounded or harmed because there's a different viewpoint. I always encourage people to do their own research. I educate. I'm an educator. I educate people and I share the evidence and the research, and I'm happy to break them down for those of you who don't have medical jargon or understanding. And closed-mindedness is what keeps us just so behind in so many ways. And I guess that's all I have to say about that. But again, science by its very nature is questioning. Every single thesis, every single premise has to be questionable and proved again. And then you know what? Sometimes some strange, extraneous, unexpected variable pops up, and guess what? Your entire premise and your entire theory may come into question. And I am so sorry if that threatens people because they've devoted their entire lives to a premise that may be called into question. But that's neither here nor there. The bottom line is, if you can't question it, it's not science, it's indoctrination, and it is dogma. So don't call it science if you're not willing to take yourself way out on that edge and question everything that you've ever believed your entire life. Because if you can't do that, don't call yourself a scientist.